Ever since I got my brand new Eufy Make UV printer, I feel like a dang infomercial. I am serious. I come on here and I post a video and I'm like, oh my gosh, look what I just made. Isn't this so cool? And just like any other new video that I've been posting lately, I have made something absolutely phenomenal with my UV printer, and I want to show you because there is another project that I have found that you can make absolutely stunning. This thing right here is way bigger than the actual bed size that is in the Eufy Make UV printer, and I made this by only using my brand new UV printer. So the infomercial continues, I guess, because I keep finding some really cool things to make, and I obviously want to share it with you just to inspire you to actually get this printer because it is hands down the best thing that has ever happened to my craft room. Now that I've got your attention on this really cool wedding sign, let me show you how I made this. It's actually really easy. Let's go. Project, we are going to go over to Creative Fabrica. This should be of no surprise to you. In the search field, I am going to just put in wildflower, and I'm going to look for one that speaks to me. I really love this watercolor one. I do want to stay away from like the black ones, like the black tone ones. So I'm going to go with this one right here. Yep, these are going to be perfect. So I'm just going to press download. Now what I'm going to do is go over into Canva, and I'm going to come over here to custom sizes. I'm going to change this over from pixels to inches, and I'm going to change this over to the size of acrylic that I'm going to be using. So I have an 18-inch wide acrylic by 24 inches in height, and then I'm just going to press create new design. So we are going to use this rectangle as our base, right? Now what I want to do is start building in my design elements that I'm going to be using for today's project. So I'm going to come over here into elements, and I'm just going to insert a shape. I'm going to come over here into the stroke, and I'm going to add in a solid line. Before I do anything more, what I'm going to do is change my color over to no color and then leave my stroke that size. Now all I'm going to do is create a box of which I'm going to surround my lettering to. Okay, I'm going to make this 10 by 15. I'm just going to leave it black for right now, but I do want to make this just a little bit thicker. Now what I want to do is open up that downloaded file of the wildflowers. Do it like this so we can have better use of our screen. Then what I want to do is start adding in the wildflowers that I want to use for today's project. So I'm just going to find ones that I like, click, and then drag. Then I'm going to make them smaller and just start arranging them around my design. Essentially, all we want to do at this point is add in all of our elements that we want to use. We can resize and move these around later, but just making sure that we have everything that we want on our sign. Oh, this is going to look absolutely gorgeous. All right, now what I want to do is add in a text of some sort for the middle. So I'm just going to click this text box and click add a text box. Then you just want to insert the text that you want to use in your sign. Okay, I think this is going to look so stinking cute. So we're going to do this actually in multiple different parts because obviously my UV printer bed isn't that large, okay? So what I want you to do is make a duplicate page of your finished sign. Then for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete everything that will not fit on my canvas. So all the word, like the actual box and the wording will fit onto one sticker paper. So I'm going to leave it just like this. Just like this. Okay, I'm going to delete everything. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this background and I'm just going to turn it to white for right now. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back up into this one, the very first one, and I'm going to duplicate this page again. Now for this one, what I'm going to do is delete everything that will not fit on the sticker page. So for this, it's going to be all of my flowers, okay? Changing this over from black to white. It will look like everything disappeared, but just trust the process. So we have this page and then this page. Okay. So let's just start. We're going to keep this the way it is. Let's just start with the very first page. Okay. We are going to make sure and save our work, and we're going to come up here into share and then download. you want to make sure and put this transparent background. I'm going to select my only page that I want to print right now, which is page 2, and then press done. Then press download. Okay, then all we're going to do is just save our work and go into the Eufy Make Studio. All right, then when you get over into the Eufy Make Studio, you can just come over here and press the plus sign. Then what I want to do is find my downloaded image that I just created and drag and drop it into the Eufy Make Studio. It will look like nothing's there, but there is something there. So now what we need to do is set up our UV printer. So the first thing that I have to do is insert the large flatbed printer into the Eufy Make UV printer. And just to show you that I'm not lying, this right here is an 18 by 24 sheet of acrylic, and it will not fit inside my laser bed. So this is why we have to do this on the sticker mode using multiple different sheets. So the thing that I'm going to be using today is these sticker sheets that come from Eufy Make. I have been told that you can find something similar to this on Amazon. I have not actually been able to find the supply that this person was talking about. They had left me a comment on a previous video and they said, oh, you can buy these for cheaper off Amazon. I asked where to find it, never got a link or a response back. So apparently they want to gatekeep. So if you're watching this and you are that person, let me know what it is that we can buy and make this project a little bit cheaper. Anyway, this is going to be in 3 different sticker sheet forms, but we're just going to start with the first one. And once you do it once, it's the same process over and over again. So you just insert one sticker sheet onto the flatbed. There is going to be this like clear plastic flimsy film over the top. You peel that off. Essentially what you're doing is now you're revealing the sticker portion. The printer, the Eufy Make UV printer, prints the ink on top of the sticker stickiness. Residue adhesive, that's what it is, the sticker adhesive. So then this is where you would need your laminator later. After I get done printing all of my stickers, I'm going to then put it in the laminator. I'm very methodical about how I do my steps. So once we have all of the pages printed, then we're going to throw them all into the laminator. What that does is takes away any of the leftover residue that was left over from the print. Okay, now what we want to do is press the snapshot button. What that's doing is taking a live picture of what is installed in my UV printer now. Okay, so the next thing that you have to do is make sure that the actual image that we have is the same size of what we have our finished projects to be. So this, remember, we size this to be 24 by 18. So I need to make sure that the height of my finished item is 24 inches. So 24 inches in millimeters is 609.6. So just coming back over here and we're going to do 609.6. Then what you need to make sure and do is just have this entire thing put onto your sticker paper, just like this. It looks really good. Okay. Now what I need to do is I'm going to set my item to custom. And then we're going to do the print quality as standard. I'm going to select this ink mode and I'm going to change it down over to sticker because we are creating a sticker. Now what I'm going to do is just press print. You're going to hear that really cute bell. So then all you want to do is press the magic button. Now, as we wait for this to print, what we need to do is go back over into Canva because this thing right here, this entire thing will not fit onto our sticker paper, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click this drop down box and I am going to add in a custom size. So over here into custom size. Now for this, what I want to do is create this to be the size of my sticker papers. So my sticker paper is 12 inches wide by 15.5 inches in height. So I'm just going to create a new page. Now what we have to do is break up this into our smaller sheets. This is going to be printed on multiple sheets of sticker paper, okay? So let's just, I think that this, maybe this many will fit on the page. I just want to make sure I get enough. Okay, let's group this together. And we are going to remember that this is 14.3 inches. So I'm going to copy this I'm going to paste it into here. Should be the same size, okay? This right here does fit on our page, on this page, so I'm just going to keep it like that. Now what I'm going to do is take what I have right here that I have already grouped and copied over into here, and I'm just going to delete it because I want to make sure and not make multiple copies of things, okay? We have a little bit of room down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a little bit more, and I'm going to group them, making sure that it doesn't get resized. So 8.92, we're going to copy this and paste it over into here. Now I'm going to rotate this just a little bit, and hopefully it will fit onto my sticker sheet. You don't want things to overlap. Now, see how this one right here is like a little skewed? We can fix that and adjust that later. I just want to make sure that this looks like it's supposed to, just like that, okay? Now, obviously, we have some leftovers here, so I'm going to click this, and I'm going to delete that, and we have some leftovers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a page. This page, the second page, is going to be the same size as this, which is going to be what my sticker paper is. Okay, so doing the same thing that we did before, I'm going to select a few, and I'm going to group. I'm going to copy and paste it into here. Now it fully fits, so I don't have to do anything more besides just conserve on some space. Going back up into my first one, I'm going to select this and delete. Now we have just this left over, so let's select this and group and press copy. I'm not entirely sure if it will all fit on here, but let's see if it will. Doing the same thing that we did before, we're just going to try and get this to fit on this page. So then realistically what ended up happening is, yep, this all fits. So instead of printing on 3 or 4 or 5 different pages, we are only going to use a couple sheets of sticker paper. All right, so this is good. This is good. This can be deleted. And now that this is empty, what you can do is delete that. Now what we have to do is do the same exact thing for this right here, okay? So I'm going to do Floral Sign 1, save that, name that, and then Floral Sign 2. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Share and Download. And I am going to make sure that both of these are transparent backgrounds. And I am just going to select my page 3 and press download. And then I'm going to go back in and download page 4. All right. Then all you want to do is coming over here into the Eufy Make Studio is the same thing we've done before. Is you're going to press this plus sign and let this load up. Now, obviously, our printer is currently printing. So what we want to do is just select one of our pieces and just drag and drop it into there. Now what I want to do is just double verify. I have 12 inches in width, so I'm going to do 12. We need 304.8 millimeters. So going back into the Eufy Make Studio, what I want to do is make sure that my width is set to the correct width. So 304.8 millimeters. All right, so this right here is my finished image that we have saved over here on Canva. And essentially you want to do that for the second sign too, or for the second sticker paper when we are ready to go. But for right now, what we want to do is just pause and then wait for our first sticker paper to print. And then you want to do the same exact steps for the first paper with the second and third. Once you have them all printed, then we'll go into finishing this up.
Okay, here is my first finished sticker paper. You will notice that it is now light green instead of white. That's because halfway through the print process, I actually changed my mind and reloaded a sticker sheet, a brand new sticker sheet, and changed it over to a light green because I thought that that would show better than in white. Okay, doing the same process. We are going to load another sticker sheet in, doing exactly what we did the first time, for the second time, and then also for the third time. Oh, as I was in the middle of this print, I actually ran out of white ink, and I got a notification on my app that said, hey, you're running out of white ink. The printer has paused, so I need to change out my white ink cartridge and then go back to the software, say you're good to go, press play, and then it automatically starts printing again, picking up where it left off. And here is print number 2, and then also print number 3. All right, now let's put these things through the laminator. There's truly nothing exciting that happens during this process. You just turn the laminator on, make sure it's heated up, and then you pass your sticker sheets through the laminator. It's going to leave this like plastic coating over the top of that. That's exactly what you need. It comes off after we're done. So over at the crafting desk, what we need to do is now assemble our sign. So I am actually going to start off with trimming off all the excess sticker stuff that's everywhere, just because then I'll be able to like properly align everything a lot better. It's going to be hard to see, but I have my self-healing mat and it has rulers, right? You're going to see my clear sheet of acrylic over the top of that. I'm going to use the rulers on my self-healing mat to make sure everything is properly aligned. So the first thing that I want to do is put my stickers on top of my sheet of acrylic. I need to know exactly where I need to put those. So that's why I'm taking my wording frame thing and I'm putting it in the direct center of my acrylic sign using my ruler as a guide. Okay. Once I have my wording frame situation put in the center below my sheet of acrylic. This is really important. I placed that sticker sheet underneath my acrylic and I put it exactly in the center. I take some duct tape. If you also had like painter's tape or something to hold your sheet of acrylic down, I would strongly suggest it just because then it won't move as you're trying to put these stickers on top of your acrylic. But once I have that done, then I peel off the clear film that's on the clear piece of acrylic and then I start assembling the stickers over the top on the very top of my sheet of acrylic and making sure that I place it exactly where it needs to. So like the original design, I had it kind of encasing the frame. So I want to make sure that it encases the frame in real life as well. Obviously, this is going to be in 4 different steps because I have it broken down into 4 different pieces, but honestly, it is not hard. All you have to do is take off the white backing. And I started off just a little bit. I didn't want to commit to a full thing. I just started off with a little bit, made sure my alignment was great, and then I just rolled the white backing off as I placed the sticker. Once you do it once, you kind of know what you're doing. It's really hard. It's really, really, really hard to actually describe to someone who hasn't done it before, but you essentially just need to place the sticker where you need to go. And this is the easiest way to do it. All right, now that we have all the florals, the next thing to do is add in the frame and the lettering. And this is going to be even harder than doing the floral thing because you want to make sure that everything is lined up and it's the thing that everyone's going to read, right? Okay, so same steps as before. You're going to take the white backing off and you're going to line up as best as possible to your florals, just like what we did the previous step. That's what we're going to do now. We're going to line up the frame with the florals. Okay. You want to be very, very, very careful with this ink though, because the ink is actually rigid, not flexible. So I actually ended up losing a couple letters in the process. By a couple, I fixed one and then broke one completely. So I do have to reprint that, which is quite annoying, but that's okay. It was just the letter F. I mean, who needs the wedding of? Maybe it could be the wedding O. Anyway, just joking. I'm going to reprint it. I'll show you what that looks like at the very end. But essentially what you got to do is just make sure and line this up correctly. There was a little bit of like stuff that hangs out of the frame and I could have kept it because it was like little, but I'm pretty particular and slightly a perfectionist. So I just took an X-Acto knife and like cut my excesses off. Again, there was only like a couple little pieces. You probably would never been able to tell unless you were like staring right at it. But anyways, just cut that off, flicked it off. It's not that hard to get back off once you put it on there. And then, yeah, here's my finished sign. I'm just joking. I'm going to give you a better close-up view of this because this is an absolute stunner. All right. If you are curious about how much ink I used, I already did the math for you. So the first print took 2.03 millimeters or milliliters. And the second print did 4.88 milliliters. The third did 4.97 milliliters for a whopping total of 11.88 milliliters. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you do know that the average cost of the ink is 0.27 milliliters for a whopping total of $3.80. and 21 cents of ink that it cost to make this sign. And the acrylic sign, or the piece of acrylic that I purchased, was like $9 at Home Depot. Score. My house is quickly becoming my own art gallery because everything that I am printing, I'm just hanging up all over the place. And this sign right here, I am going to find a place for it. I'm going to redo the wording that's in the middle, and I am definitely going to find a place for it because it is such the most beautiful piece of art I have ever made, ever, I feel like. But, oh, also, I wanted to give you a little sneak peek on something else that I've been working on. DIY nail stickers for the DIY nail girlies. I do my own nails, and I'm always looking for like unique things to put on my nails. And I can now create my own DIY stickers. These things right here are little hot dogs that may be a little blurry for you, but can't wait to show you how I made those. All right, y'all, I sure hope I inspired you to create, and I'll see you on the next one.